everybody, welcome back to Wild Horizons. My name is Barrett, and in today's video, we are going to be feeding our reptiles. Everybody, if you haven't been told by the intro or the title of today's video, we are going to be feeding some of our animals here at the household. We have a bunch of them. We have about 85 animals right now, so we do have a pretty big collection of them. We're only going to be feeding a couple of them today. So in today's video, again, there's going to be a few different types of animals, so make sure you comment below what your favorite one is. But again, if you're new, make sure you drop a like down below, consider subscribing. Just a fair warning before we get into the feeding here, there are going to be some frozen and thawed mice. So if you don't like that, you don't enjoy watching it, I'll leave a little disclaimer before I do it each time that there will be frozen, already dead mice that we're going to be feeding some of our animals, our snakes, and potentially our monitor today. So again, if you're new, make sure you drop a like down below, consider subscribing, but let's go ahead and get right into this video. Alright, so we are going to get we have some mice in here. This will be his first mouse that he has eaten, and of course he's now going back into his hide. But this is our baby mangrove monitor. So we are going to, he is not tame yet. Usually we've gotten him to tongue feed in the past. And I want to see again if he will tongue feed with me now. He's probably not going to enjoy this because I very rarely ever hand feed him. Oh, awesome. His first mouse, so it's a little bit on the bigger side, but he's starting to get to the point. He eats a lot of shrimp and everything else too, so he'll house this down, but he may not do it right in front of us. He should figure out that this is obviously food. But yeah, I mean, so we have him feeding, you know, on a pretty frequent basis right now. He's a little baby. He's a couple months old, I'd say 6 to 8 months. So he's definitely a juvenile. He's slowly trying to creep under to go out of our eyesight. He's definitely still defensive, very young. He is captive bred. We actually got him from someone who probably should not have gotten him. But he is in about a 120-gallon enclosure right now. And obviously as he grows, he will need to be put into a larger enclosure. But we're going to leave him for now because I don't think he's going to want to eat with us watching him. But we'll see if we can maybe leave the camera behind to see if we can capture it. Alright, so next up is one of our ball pythons. This is George. We got him as a rescue and he was not eating for about 6-7 months. He's been awesome with us now. So we again have a frozen mouse, well, thawed mouse now, and we are going to go ahead and feed him. But his feeding response is usually pretty awesome. So we'll see here. Oh! Threw his whole body weight on it. Let's see if we can get him to... So usually you give it a good little shake, but as you can see, he's clearly on it, and his whole body weight just shifted off the log that he has. But yeah, so we'll leave him to be. Again, ball pythons, like most pythons are constrictors. So he's going to want to throw himself onto it. The reason why I jerk the tail a little bit here is to make it feel like it's alive, so he squeezes harder. And I make sure he's actually going to eat that. So we're going to go ahead and close his enclosure up and get on with the next ball python. Alright, so next up is our other ball python, which is a male, and his name is Hank. So he definitely loves to explore. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, and I'm going to make sure he doesn't actually fall out. Hey, buddies. Alright, let's get back in here, because it's feeding time, buddies. Don't smell that nice and go after me, please. Thank you very much, Mr. Hank. Alright. So we are going to grab, again, another thawed mouse, and he already smells it. Let's get him to come up over here. Hey, look, it's over here. It's over here. Okay, or not. Let's put him over here for a minute. We're gonna grab that mouse, get all the dirt off of it.
Hurry up.
And re-grab it. Boom. Awesome eaters. You can't really see it, so I'm not really gonna be able to jerk it around, but again, constrictors, so you'll see him start to tense up some too now. Give him a little pet. But he is on it, so we're gonna go ahead and let him do his thing and digest that, get it back down, and we're gonna move on to the next snake. All right, so Dolly is one of our other ball pythons, and she is hungry. She's coming out at the camera. We are gonna go ahead and give her, oops, grabbed one of the bigger ones. Let's see. All right. Try and get her to go over here. Sniffing, sniffing. And swing and a miss. Welcome to feeding ball pythons, where they love to miss their food. So sometimes what I like to do is I'll actually dip it back in some warm water. Again, ball pythons can sense heat. They have heat pits on the front of their mouths. Alright, well what we're going to do, because she's not eating, oops, we're going to go ahead and take the mouse out. I'm not going to leave it in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back to her. Let's go ahead and feed some other animals, and then we'll come back to her. Next up is our baby corn snake. We are going to be giving him a little pinky. He is usually a great eater. He just shed too. Oh, he sees it. Oh. So gentle. Alright, we're going to go ahead and drop that for him, and he's going to work it down. Alright, so next up is Beamer. He is one of our corn snakes, and he does not miss a meal. So we'll go ahead and get his enclosure open. Boom, like a... Awesome. He does not miss a meal. So, let's see if I can zoom in on him here. Alright, so we are on to round 2 of trying to feed Dolly. So we're back again. Let's see if this time she wants to eat. She definitely does. Come on, girl.
Did she?
Mm-hmm. All right, so she finally got it. Took her a minute. She's on it good. Awesome. We'll let her do her thing, and then we'll get on to the next one. Alright, so next up is Bolt, and he is one of our bearded dragons. And we're going to be hand feeding him some mealworms. Chowing down. So we give him a pretty well-rounded diet. a lot of greens, and then he gets his good fair share of mealworms, dubia roaches, sometimes crickets. Give him some different stuff into his enclosure and setup, but he will house these things down.
Okay, buddy,
So
last
I'm gonna
one.
give him a couple more. But these are a good little snack and treat for him. He's thinking about it.
Fine, I'll substitute if that one wasn't satisfactory.
Oh, yep, that one's better.
He likes them lively.
Alright, buddy. We're going on to the next. Alright, bye, Bolt. Alright, don't mind all the food in here, but what I'm doing now is I'm taking one of my cultures of my flightless fruit flies. These are melanogaster flightless fruit flies. And to get them from freaking out, like they did in the video where I showed you guys how to create these, if you're interested, there will be a link in the description for that video. But we are going to be putting these in the freezer for just a few minutes to let them chill, because if I don't do that, then they will go everywhere when I open that lid. So we're going to go ahead and close that up and be right back. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and grab them out. And as you can see now, they are not really moving at all, which is perfect. So let's go ahead and get these guys over to the dart frogs. Alright, so we are going to be doing some of our dart frogs. I have a whole video on these guys too, but what I'm doing is I'm tapping out a bunch of these flightless fruit flies. And they're all going to start moving around here once they start warming up. And the dart frog should come out and start feasting. Alright, so we are going to be feeding next our Cuban night owl. His name is Harvey. We've had him now for a few weeks, and if you don't have a Cuban night owl, if you're interested in one, I'm more than happy to do a video on them. These guys are awesome. They can get pretty big too. So we are going to give him some mealworms. Crunching. Here you go, buddy. But he's awesome. He'll like come up to the enclosure and actually jump out onto our shoulders, and just chill with you. I mean, he's super calm. Look how gracefully he's taking mealworms from the tongs. Only a couple weeks in with being with us. But we handle him all the time. We'll come up to the enclosure and he literally will be scratching at it, and we'll open it up and he's on the top shelf of one of our racks and he will literally jump out of his enclosure onto us. He's a pretty cool little lizard. We'll give him one more and then we'll move on to the next. Awesome. Let's go ahead and move on to the next animal. Alright, so this is a vivarium that I actually built that was half land, half water. We actually just did away with it completely. So these are a blue-eyed crested dragon. They're a rainforest species, and they actually love the water. So they actually use the water more than they did the land. This one up here especially, he loves going into the water. So we figured, let's just put some fish in the base. So we just did a full water change, so the water is pretty murky. We have 2 pumps running. One of them is running right now. The other one's going to be turning on here in a few. I need to change the filter out on it. But we're going to go ahead and feed both of them. We're going to see if they want to eat. They just ate yesterday, but we'll try and get a little bit of the feeding here on camera. Usually the male is a little bit better of an eater for me with the tongs. So let's see if he's going to be interested. Maybe, maybe not. He just looked at it and said, what are you trying to do, sir? There we go.
Oh boy.
So we've had these guys now again for just a little while. They're super chill and they sit around pretty much most of the day. So, but they're pretty cool. There's not a lot of information out online about them. So if y'all want to see kind of a breakdown and care guide on these, I'm more than happy to do that.
Good job.
But yeah, so they just ate yesterday, pretty big meal, so I'm only going to give him a couple. Let's try and get the female, which she is asleep right now. Let's see if we can get her to wake up a little bit. Hey, girl. Hey, you want to wake up? She is just sleeping. So, I don't think she's going to eat. We can try, but I highly doubt it. Oops. Trying to get these mealworms out of here, and I'm getting all of the carcasses from the old sheds. Tap that off. Maybe get a little bit of water rinse. Boom. There we go. Alright. Let's grab a mealworm, and let's see if she wants to eat. Her eyes are closed. I don't even think she knows that I'm here. So let's give her a little boop. Nope. Still just asleep. Let's see if the male wants to eat another one, just because I already have it out. Hey, buddy. Yes, he does. Alright, well, we'll leave them be, but again, if y'all want to see more on this, we're going to be putting some, most likely either cichlids or something in the base of this enclosure. So if y'all want to see more information on the base, obviously let me know. But again, this whole base here will be filled with fish. This water will clear up. It has a sand base, so obviously with water going in it, it's not going to be crystal clear yet, but it will go ahead and clear up over the next couple days. So, but yeah, that's it for this enclosure. All right, so this is our group of Australian white tree frogs, or also known as dumpy frogs. One of ours, Cornelius, has some moss hanging from them. I'll get that out of the way. But these guys really enjoy water. They're in a pretty big setup. And we are going to give them some mealworms, so let's get right into doing that. These guys are awesome feeders. Oh, and he wants to eat the whole thing. Okay.
And the second one for the plant.
Yep. Let's try and do a 2 for 1. Oh, okay. It's over here, buddy. There you go. And you're going to try and swallow the whole tongue. If you're not careful, they will literally swallow the entire tongue. So you have to keep a pretty good eye on them, because they are, like I said, some pretty crazy eaters. And we have a total of 6 of them in this enclosure. Here you go, Corn. Nope. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Okay. This is why we use rubber tip tongs and not metal tip with these guys especially.
You dropped one.
No, I didn't. It was just a...
Maybe it's literally by my foot. I still don't see the 4th dart.
Oh my gosh. He straight up just swallowed to like right here. The rest of them are, oh, they're starting to come out now. They're actually up here in the top. Let's see if I can get them to come out some. They like to sit way back up in here. Let's see if we can get them to eat. Nope. They are not going to come out. Let's see, we have another couple down here. I don't know if, can you see back there?
Mm-mm.
Back up in there at all? Oh my gosh. Here you go, buddy. Okay. So feeding with these guys is pretty funny.
There's one down on the right
Yep.
that looks like that sad Kermit meme. Mommy.
Let's see if we can get him to eat. They all just ate too, so, but they usually never turn down food. Nope, he turned down food. Okay. Let's give Cornelius another one. Yep. Drop it. Okay. Oh, the little baby.
Mm-hmm. He is always up to something funny.
Yep. And he loves to swallow the tongues like that. That.
Blech. Blech. He's very pretty though.
The one up top is now coming out some.
He said knock knock.
Let's see if we can feed him. Nope. Not hungry.
He was offended by that.
Yes, he was. Cornelius, you want somebody? Yes, you did. All right. All right, well, that's it for these guys. Let's go ahead and move on to the next. We'll leave some other little insects for them in here to hunt down. All right, so these are my baby basilisks. So we are going to be giving them some crickets today. So let's go ahead and open this up. And I'm just dumping them there. Callie does not like holding crickets for whatever reason. Actually, I made this up for me to go in there because you can't really see. And you can't really see them right now at all. They're behind the plant. Don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, guys. So they're going to town, but I don't even know if you can see them, girl. Oh, there's one. Look. So we have two in here, male and female. But they're going to get pretty big. They're also called the Jesus lizard because they can run on water. So we have this whole setup. It's half land, half water. But yeah, these guys are pretty cool. Oh, he got one, but I couldn't see it on camera. Alright, well, you're not getting too much action, not being able to see much here, so let's go ahead and move on to the next animal. But yeah, if y'all want to see more information on these guys as they grow, obviously we're going to be building them a bigger enclosure. They're in a 40-gallon now, which is a pretty decent space for them. Again, I built this all myself. Not the prettiest, definitely not a permanent residence for them, but it'll be good for quite a while. And we also made like a little trench back here, so we have two crabs, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see them very well. Nope, you're not. But we have two crabs back here, and they can actually go and travel behind this to get away from the basilisks. But they eat everything that is dead, poop, etc. in the water. So they do a pretty good job at being a good cleanup crew. But yeah, let's get on to... Oh, there we go. Get to see it feeding in action. Them actually out. These guys are so quick too. So. Is there one crawling on his back? Yes, there is. Oh, there we go. Hey, he got one. But these guys look super cool. Maybe I'll drop a picture here of when they get older. They have like a huge sail on their back. These guys are definitely an awesome animal to keep. Again, definitely not a beginner reptile for any means. They need quite the extensive enclosure in the future. But yeah, definitely an awesome lizard to work with. I'm super glad we were able to get a couple. And I'm sure he's probably going to go run. Nope. He was thinking about it. Alright, well let's get on to the next. Alright, so this is Ranger. We actually just did a video on him last. He loves him some mealworms. But yeah, he's a redfoot tortoise. We rescued him, so he has some pyramiding going on, and he also had some shell rot. So we've been treating that. He is doing a lot better. But we actually just did a full video on his enclosure. So if you're interested, make sure you check that out. It was my last video that we had up. He is chowing down. But yeah, so. Oh, that's just great. Peed all over our floor. Wouldn't be a video if we didn't have a little bit of pee or poop. Alright, we are going to go ahead and he is continuing to pee. Pee, eat, sleep, repeat. The life of a reptile. But he loves some mealworms. Oh, it's getting away. No, it's not.
Good enrichment too.
Yeah, definitely good enrichment. Makes him hunt around.
Is it stuck?
That's my toe.
Here you go, Bubs. You got its mouth, but you didn't actually eat it. Good boy. Or girl.
Yeah, we don't know yet. You can't really tell with juvenile tortoises their sex, really, until they get a little bit older. Yeah, we'll let him continue to chow down. Push that one back to his face.
You got it.
Yeah.
Good boy.
See, off.
Go on.
Off.
I know, it's your friend. Yep, you do this once a week.
Alright.
That's a good boy.
So yeah, we do this typically like once a week. And then we give him greens and obviously fruits and veggies as needed. Again, with all of the animals that we've done today that we've given any kind of an insect, I don't know what all we've done yet so far, but we use calcium and vitamins as a, we do vitamins once a month typically for our animals, sometimes twice depending on the animal itself. But we do calcium with every feeding, but again, I can't really film and do a great job at doing calcium on all of the animals, insects, because it would take forever to film, and that's not what this is about. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and roll this outro. Alright everybody, if you've made it here till the end, I appreciate you sticking along. Again, drop a comment down below. Let me know which animal was your favorite when we fed today. I don't know if maybe it was Ranger. In our last video we did a full breakdown and build on his enclosure. Maybe it was our monitor, maybe it was the basilisk, the ball pythons. Make sure you drop a comment down below. I want to know which one's your favorite. Maybe we'll do a full video on it if you want to see that. But again, if you're new, make sure you drop a like down below. Either way, consider subscribing. I hope to see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. But peace out. Hope you have a good rest of your day. See you later.